We'll take you back to Soweto, where the government of Gauteng is hosting a community outreach program. And it's all part of their endeavours to improve food security. Tomorrow is World Food Safety Day. Vuyolwethu Yamba is there and joins us now. Vuyo, this morning you spoke about what's happened in that community insofar as the purchasing of contaminated food, deaths amongst young children in the community. This campaign is really important in ensuring that there is a return, at least insofar as food safety is concerned, an improvement.
Yes, absolutely, Iman. Well, I have next to me someone from Kore, from the city of Johannesburg, to talk to us about, some of the discussions they had as the city together with the stakeholders that will be involved today, as this program is still delayed at this point as we wait for the MEC to start the program. Kore, thank you so much for your time. Let's talk about these cases that have been, recorded in Gauteng, especially in Naledi, 10 of them out of 30 that have been Gauteng. What is your plan as the city from now?
We have already started a year ago, because remember, it's not only now that it happened, it also happened a year ago. So we have been visiting all spaza shops, but except for spaza shops, we have also visited all the food premises. As for the Naledi case, it is concentrated, and we are still busy with investigations. And it's taking a long time. We must also remember we are dependent on laboratories to give us results. We're also dependent on SAPs to give us the outcome of the autopsies. And then we are working with a number of stakeholders. It's ourselves, Environmental Health City of Johannesburg. We are working with SAPs. We're working with Home Affairs. We're working with Department of Agriculture, and also the NRCS, working on standards for food and alike.
I'm asking this question because I just want to understand maybe what are some of the plans, especially when it comes to incidents like these, that you don't have to experience them again. Because in terms of visiting the schools, together with the stakeholders, as you mentioned, that SAPS is on board, how often do you do it?
So we have not relaxed since the outbreak started. We are still busy on a daily basis as the city of Johannesburg to have blitzes in these places. We also go to schools. We are working in close cooperation with Department of Education, which is one of our major stakeholders. They are also on all the planning meetings. We visit schools on a quite regular basis, because your education starts in schools, and unfortunately the incidents that happened was relating to children, right? It's school-going children and younger age than that. And I must also say we must understand there's a difference between food poisoning, where you eat food that was rotten because of temperature control that was not done, or stuff that was standing in the sun or not refrigerated afterwards, and the cases that we have now, we had chemical poisoning. And that's what's making this so difficult, because the chemical, you have to understand that it needs to go for analysis to see what poison was in there, what was actually the cause of all of this. And that's why it's taking the time that it's taking.
Okay, Kore, 132 communities have been, affected by these incidents. Now, in terms of visiting these spazas, because we have seen that most of these cases are not only happening in schools, but also in spazas as well, because you need to intensify as well the spazas as well to ensure that the food that is being sold there is good enough for children to buy, because it has been like a snack thing. Just your view on that.
So we must remember it's not only about spaza shops, it's about the whole food chain which is affected here. As for the spaza shop as such, we are doing regular samples of the food that they have in which they are selling. And except for the food that they are selling, we are also going to distributors, and we take samples of that. We submit samples to the laboratory in Pretoria, the forensic laboratory. As up to date, Johannesburg have done, on the last count, we have just done over 900, nearly 1,000 samples that we submit. The lab is quite on ball, so we get results on a very frequent basis. When it's not compliant to the FCD Act, the Foodstuffs, Cosmetic and Disinfectant Act, we take action. We will not immediately start prosecuting and doing things like that. We will go to the manufacturer and say, we have actually found this and this substance to be in excess. Please look at your product. And we will resample to find out is it really being looked at and is it done properly. And then from there, we will use the results to determine how often should we go to that specific supplier's stuff. And we don't go to where they're manufacturing it, we go to where they deliver it, where it's been distributed. Because if you go to the manufacturer, you might find that everything is fine there, but where it's delivered, where it's distributed, that is the stuff that really going to the consumer.
Exactly what I was about to ask, Corey. Thank you so much for your time, Iman. We are hoping to be speaking to some of the stakeholders that are here. As you can see behind me, Department of Health is here, SAPS is here, and other stakeholders, and get maybe a sense of what is the plan forward. But for now, back to you, Iman.
Vuyolwethu, thank you for that.